Some of you are probably saying, shouldn't that say Gretsch? Not today. Okay, today is a Mapex video. I have two brands of drum sets currently. I have, well, for the exception of one Ludwig snare drum. Everything I have is Gretsch and Mapex. I have one Gretsch kit that I could easily split into two different kits, including two bass drums. And I have a Mapex Armory kit that I'm about to talk about. And I also have a Mapex Saturn Tour 5 kit, which I had up in another video. Maybe I'll do a video about that one in the future and we'll see how that sounds. Anyway, today's video is about the Mapex Armory kit that I own. Now, let me tell you a little bit about how I came to play Mapex. Well, back during COVID, when that was going on, we had all those shutdowns happen, and I ended up with a stimulus check, and I thought, well, what can I do with this? And since everybody was staying indoors and whatnot, I'm not getting into the politics of this, whether it was right or wrong, okay? It's just the way it was. Everybody was shut down indoors. A lot of people were buying musical instruments. So I decided, I haven't played drums in a while, like 30 years. I think I'll go get a drum kit. So I ended up buying a Mapex drum kit. I went to the Drum Center of Lexington, Kentucky, and a lot had changed since the 80s, which is the last time I had played drums. And they told me that Mapex was a manufacturer that had come a long way. They built really good quality for the money. Oh, I ended up with a Mapex Armory kit. The color that I first bought was a Mapex Ultramarine color, which was okay, pretty cool. And I ordered some black Mapex hardware, and the kit was kind of like chip and mint ice cream. And I thought that was pretty neat. I sold that kit, and I bought another kit that I really liked. It was in the Night Skyburst color. It's the purple color that the Armory line currently has. And, well, almost currently has. It's no longer being made. The newest generation of Mapex Armory does not have it. That's kind of unfortunate. But anyway, so I purchased the Night Skyburst kit. And at the time, I ended up inquiring, did Mapex offer any special order sizes in their line, in the Armory line? I found out, yes, they did. They actually made a 20-inch bass drum. They actually made an 18-inch floor tom, and they made a 13-inch rack tom. But these were all special order sizes. The kit that I had bought in the Night Skyburst color was called the Studio Ease kit, and I think those are still available online. But the Night Skyburst color has been discontinued. Remember that. So now, if you want that color, you'll have to find it used. And no, mine's not for sale. Not right now. Anyway, so I decided to order the bass drum, the 20-inch, and I ordered an 18-inch floor tom, and I ordered a 13-inch rack tom. I added all that to my kit that I had at the time, the Studio Ease, and so I had a double bass, 3 rack tom, 2 floor tom, actually 3 floor tom drum kit. It was pretty awesome. Well, I ended up selling the original kit, and all I have left now are the special order sizes, which go together well, I think, in a nice little drum kit. So sit back and let me present this to you. I'm going to show you today my special order sized custom Mapex kit. Well, I don't know if I should call it custom, but if you want these sizes, you have to order them. And this color is no longer available. So you'll have to look around in order to build a kit like this. But here you go. And let me know what you think in the comments. And I'll tell you a little bit more about this kit and some of the issues that I've had, which are not big issues. But it should make for an interesting video, okay? So sit back and here you go. Okay, we'll start at the rear of the kit here. Looks lovely. Nice, okay, yeah. Let me move my way around to the front here. Let me get moved around. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So now we have the front of the drum set. We have a 20-inch bass drum. 20 by 16 bass, as I said. Over to the rack, that's a 13 by 9. And over to the floor tom, that's an 18 by 18, I believe. I think so. And bear in mind, the floor tom is the same size, just 2 inches shy of the bass drum, circumference-wise. And don't forget the snare drum also is a Mapex Tomahawk. So, and that's the one that came with the original kit that I had. So, my kit now consists of the 20-inch bass, 18-inch floor, 13-inch rack, and the Mapex Tomahawk, which is a 14-inch. 14 by 5, maybe? I'm not sure of the exact. But they only make one Mapex Tomahawk that I'm aware of. Mapex does. So, there you have it. Those are the sizes. So I special ordered these Mapex drum kit sizes. Like I said, we got the 20, the 13, and the 18. That's all special order sizes from Mapex. So the stuff sat and it sat and it sat. Okay, I placed the order and I would check back in with the drum center and where is my drum set? And they would say, well, we're still waiting. And then they found out that it was in Shenzhen in port. This was like after 8 months, and it had not even left the port. So these drums sat, and they sat, and they sat. So could anything go wrong if a drum just sits in a box on a ship at sea or in a port for months at a time? Surely not. Let me show you something that happened because of these problems, because of it sitting as long as it did. Notice the left-hand side of this bass drum. See right there? Notice that. There's no gap. No gap. But look over to the right. Let's just come straight across the ocean here, across the bass. And look there. See the gap? What does that mean? That means that the rims are warped on the bass drum. I actually stick my finger in between the rim and the side of the head. It's warped that bad. Let me show you right here. Okay, here, I'll show you. There you go. We're doing a close-up. Look at that. I took the rims off, of course, when it came in. Wait. Maybe they weren't even attached when they came in. I can't remember. I think they were, but I took them off, and because I could tell they were warped immediately. And I put the bass drum head on, and I'm like, oh, I hope this head fits. Well, the head fits okay. So it's just the rims that are warped. It had sat at sea, like I said, for months, so I wasn't all that surprised this had happened, okay? If this was a set of Sonar, a set of Gretsch USA, back it would go. I chose not to send it back. I'd been waiting a year for it anyway. What, I'm gonna send it back and wait another year for a Mapex? Nah, nothing against Mapex, but no, it just wasn't worth it. So, I decided to just go with it. It's just a warped head, or excuse me, a warped rim on the bass drum. It's just how it is. But it did not affect the sound at all. I love the sound of this bass drum. I like the sound of this bass drum better than any bass drum I have. Isn't that amazing? I love the sound of this thing. Nothing against Gretsch. They make good bass drums, but I don't like my Gretsch bass drums sound-wise as well as this one. I don't. I like the sound of them. I can tune them any way I want. But this thing, to me, to my ear, sounds special. As a matter of fact, people that come over to play, when they hear this bass drum, they're like, man, it sounds like a bass guitar. Really? It kind of boom. If you hit it and back off with the beater, boom, boom. It's really got a nice tone. Now, the recordings that I'm doing today are just going to be with a camera mic. Next week, I'm going to set the kit up in a separate room, mic it up, and we'll hear the tom-toms and everything by themselves. They're really special. But here we go. This thing it really sounded good. So, the warped rims evidently didn't have much to do with the sound, and I'm pretty happy about that. So, let's get back to another point here. When I first ordered my Mapex Armory kit, my first kit, before I ordered the special order sizes, I saw a video on YouTube. There was a guy that had bought a Mapex Armory kit. He was not happy. And I thought, what's the problem? He did not get it to tune to his liking. He did not like how they sounded. I like how the Mapex Armory sound right out of the box. The heads they send you, the rims they send. He did not. He played them, he tried to tune them, just bad overtones, weird tones, would not stay in tune at all, could not get them to tune at all. So he takes them back to the drum shop that he ordered them from. They listened to them and they thought, what's the problem? They sound fine. They tuned them up. They sound exactly like a Mapex Armory kit is supposed to sound. He's still not happy. He takes them back home. He tries tuning them again. He puts new heads on them. Still not to his liking. He was so disappointed. And he decides he's very close. He's like just a couple of days from putting them on Marketplace or wherever. He was going to put them up for sale and just be done with them. He decides to try one last thing. He has some 3mm triple flange rims sitting around. He just takes those and he puts them on one of the toms with the heads. Boom. Bingo. Bullseye. Problem found, problem solved. He orders all new rims for his drums. It wasn't a cheap fix. He ordered 3mm triple flange rims and he ordered Remo pinstripe heads and he put them around his kit. Night and day difference to his ears. And I thought, wow, maybe I should try that. So this kit here that I have presented you today, they have the the rack tom has 3mm triple flange. The the floor tom has the 2.3mm S-hoops, which are still much heavier than the ones that Mapex sends stock out of the box. So I just decided to try this myself to see if I would like them, and wow, yes, I love them. I put those those rims on, and it does make a difference. Now, I was happy with the stock rims and the stock heads. I thought they sounded fine. We did some recordings in here. I thought they were okay, but doing this upgrade, if you upgrade to 3mm triple flange rims on your Armory kit, you will have a professional kit. I would put it against any kit out there. I don't care who makes it. I don't care how expensive. The Mapex Armory with 3mm rims and the heads of your choice. The Remo pinstripes work very well, and that drum set is going to pop, boom, boom, bam. You're going to love it. I really do think you will. So keep that in mind, okay? The other Armory kit that I had that I did that to, I sold, and I kind of wish I hadn't now. Here's the thing about Mapex that's a downgrade. If they make a particular color, and let's say they made it 10 years ago and it's no longer available, it is no longer available. Whereas with Gretsch, if they made a color 30 years ago, it's still available. Gretsch will make it. They may not mass produce it, but they'll still make that color. If they can get a hold of the color. My understanding is if they can get it, they'll gladly make you a drum kit. It's not dirt cheap, but they will do it. So keep that in mind about Gretsch. Vantage Gretsch. Got to give them that. Price point, Vantage Mapex. Got to give them that. But anyway, okay guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I am the only man in the United States, maybe, I don't know, maybe, that has a special order sized Mapex drum kit. 20-inch bass drum, my favorite bass drum. This thing just sings bass notes. I love it. 18-inch floor tom, 13-inch rack tom. It's incredible. It's a good sounding kit. Next week, I'll put it on the system and, we'll run it through a DAW and let you hear that. This week, I just used the camera mics. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been a pleasure making it again. We will see you next time on here. And once again, just keep rocking. And remember, the drums are not that hard.